Welcome to Pathetic, the podcast. We are back tonight. We're not going to talk about the Mets or the Yankees or the Jets or the Giants or the Knicks or anything else that's going on with sports right now. We're going to talk about our top three sporting events, kind of like a bucket list that we would like to attend that does not include the local teams we root for. Okay. Before we start, if you're watching this on YouTube, please give us a like and a subscribe. If you're listening, please do the same. In the bottom right-hand corner is our Link.Tree information. You can go there and you'll be able to find out how to email us, how to check us out on, Facebook, on Instagram, possibly TikTok, so many things. But so we're going to talk about our top three sporting events. Mike, you excited for this?
Oh, yeah. I brought this topic up. I think it's something that everybody wants to do. You love to go to see your teams and you see the local arenas and everything, but this is a fun list to figure out what we want to do that's, outside of our normal teams. So I'm excited to hear what everybody else is going to say here.
The hard part of this was figuring out what I want to do and which
Right.
ones I want to pick. I mean, we could have done a top 100 because there were so many that came to mind. I can't even guarantee, guys, that this is my top three because something else might come to mind.
Yep.
But yeah, this is a good list. I can't wait.
Well, I'll tell you this. You might be able to figure out my one and my two. You'll be like, oh yeah, I can get that. But the third one, you will never in a million years guess what it is. Okay. So I'm gonna start off. Okay. So first thing is I want to go to a Kentucky Derby. Maybe even all three Triple Crown races. I want to do that. Okay. I love horse racing. I've said this many times. I can go to the racetrack and never bet a dime and just enjoy watching the horses run. In my mind, maybe picking out who should win, who doesn't win. I look at who's the father of the horse, who's the mom of the horse, what lineage he has. I just love horse racing. And the Derby, to me, it's like it's like going to mass at St. Patrick's Cathedral. It really is.
Yeah.
It's worshiping at the altar of hay and manure. So my second one, being at a Stanley Cup finals game where they present the cup. On our last episode, Mike talked about what a great job the NHL does with the Stanley Cup. And I got to tell you, I want to be there for that. I've seen some great playoff games. I've been to some great playoff games. I was at the Garden when the Rangers played in triple overtime when I was a kid, and Pete Stemkowski scored a goal to beat the Blackhawks, I think it was. I was about 13 years old. Great game. But that's something I want to do. The third thing that I want to do, and you guys may not have even heard of it, but I guarantee you're going to be looking into this when you after I say it. I want to go to the Calcio Storico, which is an event that's let me just give you the exact thing it is. They in Florence, Italy, okay, they have this. And what it is there are 4 neighborhoods basically in Florence. And each neighborhood has a color. And they dress almost in, like, I would say 1400 or 1500s kind of dress wear. And it's a combination of football, rugby, and wrestling.
Oh, that's cool.
And they have, and it's if you've ever seen videos of it, I really urge you. I'm going to try to put a link in the notes to YouTube, and you watch it and you just can't stop watching it. It's craziness. And they have like quarterfinals, semifinals, and then they have the final. I think the finals are being played on I think it's St. John or St. Gerard's Day, which is the 24th of June this year. But it's something that, Florence is packed for it. It's a giant event. I would love to see that. And the only reason I know about this is because my good friend who passed in November, Don MacArthur, we did the Wizards of Odd podcast, and that was one of the things that we always wanted to do an episode on because it's so odd, it's so weird, and he got me excited for that, and I'm always looking at videos of it. So, but that's something I think that check it out on YouTube. Like I said, I'll put a link in. So it's the Derby, Stanley Cup deciding game, and the Calcio Storico.
Can I bet on it? Because I'm gonna find a lot. I want to find the odds. I'm gonna make a pick.
I think you can bet on it. Yeah,
find a pick. I'm gonna make a pick on this. So let's go.
So, Mike, what would your bucket list events be?
So I have to preface this by saying 2 of the things that would be on my bucket list are off them because I've already done them.
Ooh.
One being the Nathan's hot dog eating contest, seeing it live. Unbelievably fun afternoon. We got there at 7:30 in the morning.
Oh my God.
Had a hot dog and a beer on 4th of July day. We got right in the front. We were maybe 4 rows from the front of the stage. We had perfect view of everything. The pageantry, the excitement as they're introducing, it's like a wrestling event when they're introducing all the eaters. So that's one that I've been to that would have been on the list had I not gone there. And the other one would be the Daytona 500, which I've also done. We've talked about that before, about how it's one of my favorite things that I've done. But I want to go through 3 things that I haven't done yet. One of them we have in common, Ted. One is the Kentucky Derby. I have my seersucker suit. I'm going to be rocking that thing hard. I hope it's raining because I just want it to be a big mess. My wife probably wishes it was raining too. That way I will have to throw out that suit because she hates that thing. But that's beside the point. So Kentucky Derby is one. Number 2 is the Masters. I just can't. I'm on it every year. The day that the ticket lottery opens, I am first in line, putting in my ticket request. It'll be the first and only time I have a pimento cheese sandwich will be
Well, that's the only reason you want to go is because you want the pimento cheese sandwich.
And just the place looks amazing on television. I'm sure it looks even better in person than what it is.
Friends.
So I just want to I want to go. And then the third one is I want to go to the Summer Olympics and I want to see them present the gold medal to an American. I don't care what the event is. Pick the event. Could be speed walking, badminton, table tennis, whatever it is, and just be there when they're on the podium and the national anthem's playing and the flag's going up and they're holding and they got the flowers and the medal. I just want to be there for that because that is just awesome. So those are my 3: Kentucky Derby, Masters, Olympic medal ceremony.
Can I ask you about the Nathan's thing?
Yeah.
Is it first come, first serve for where you stand?
Correct. It is.
Okay.
That's cool.
So that's why you were so close because you got there so early.
We got there before they even set up. We were there.
Now, this is a guy, not only is he a fan of watching people eat hot dogs, he's a huge fan of eating hot dogs.
Correct.
I heard there was an over-under on the amount at one point, right?
Very, very quickly, we went to a Devils game where we had tickets to down below.
Yeah, we talked about this with the COVID.
Did we say that?
We did.
8.5?
Yeah, and I went over.
And he went over.
Yeah.
So, sorry about that. I'm not going to bore you again. But yeah, watching him eat hot dogs, it just makes you happy inside. It really does. He just showed me a picture of Pink's hot dog from out in LA, the famous Pink's.
Delicious.
So
highly recommended if you go out there.
Mike, those are great. Those are great things you've done and great things that you want to do. I'm excited for Jeff's because he's a little younger. Well, he's a little much younger than me. He's a little younger than you, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit.
Very close, but
maybe like a year or two. Not much, right?
That
Basically, we both like Mighty Ducks equally, so we got to be from the same generation, right?
I'm February '86. You're
I'm '87. January '87.
It's only 1 year.
Exactly. Same as my brother's age.
Jeff was born the night the Giants won the Super Bowl.
That's right.
Against Denver. So
that's
I'll always remember that. Yep.
So my top 3 here we go. Listen, in honor of Mikey C, I got to go with the Icelandic snow owls versus Saskatchewan. No, I'm just kidding. I will say this, boys. Mine are not as creative as yours. It's events that like everyone's going to know, and right. They're pretty normal, but they're my favorite events that I would love to go to at one point. First of all, a World Series Game 7. Any game. I don't care who the team is. I don't care where it is. It's my favorite elimination game in any sport besides football, obviously. Like, I wouldn't even care, again, who was playing. The World Series Game 7s, there's something about them, right? The aces are on the mound. The heart rates are up in a sport where you'd rather the heart rate be down, right? It's just an incredible environment. The crowd is more amped up than ever. So number 3, I'm going to go World Series Game 7. Number 2 is going to be a game at Lambeau Field. I'm kind of like a young, old school guy, right? I love the history of pretty much anything and everything. And I appreciate tradition. And Lambeau, I guess the best way to put it is like, it's the kingdom of football. And I also want to be around the Green Bay fans because they live for that team. I want to be around them once while they're watching the Packers. Because if you guys think we're into it and invested, this place locks down when the Packers are playing. There's stores that are closed. So I think just going, not just to Lambeau, but going to Green Bay during preferably a big game for the Packers, just to see how the city is, or, the small town, whatever Green Bay is considered. So Lambeau would be number 2. Number 1, front row seats to a UFC fight. I've never been. They were actually in Charlotte once, and I was on vacation in Myrtle Beach. And if it was socially acceptable in my family, I actually would have left for the day, my vacation, and drove the 3 hours back to Charlotte. But Uncle Ted, you know how that would have went down. Not pretty.
Like a fart in church.
Yeah. That sales pitch would have to be the master sales pitch to get that done. Never would have happened. But yeah, the UFC events, if you watch them, they're very close, right? It's not like a huge field or a rink or a court. It's like everything is compact, right? So the celebrities that are there, you can see them really close. The energy at a fight is insane. So I would go number 1, a UFC event, but it has to be front row. Like, that's the only way I would go.
Where you get spit and blood on you if you're close enough. So
that's the problem. There's actually a video, if you look it up, or a picture. Joe Rogan held his phone up. There was like a huge blood splat on his phone from somebody getting punched. I'm like, maybe I'll be a little behind him, but yeah. So there you go, boys. My top 3.
I like it. We should try to make that Lambeau thing happen.
Oh, we should.
We really should.
Yeah.
How great would 3 of us in Lambeau?
Oh
my God. We got to get Packers jerseys, though, if we're going to go there.
Bratwursts and all the other stuff.
He goes right to the food.
Exactly.
Right to the food. All right, so I guess I'm the only weirdo that wants to go to the Calcio Storico, but if you guys want to tag along, you can come over.
I'm gonna find the line for it. I'm gonna bet it. I'm gonna have a pick for it next week. If it's not till the 24th, I'm gonna make a pick for it next week. So I'll find a line. So.
All right, so that's our top 3 bucket list sporting events. Guys, we're going to be back next week with another episode, and let's hope by then that the Yankees and Mets are back playing decent ball again. And also the other thing is, Jeff, please remind me on the next episode to talk about my Saskatchewan Roughriders of the Canadian Football League. They've opened up 2-0, and I'm very excited right now.
That's your boys. That's your backup team now, right?
That is my backup team. Thank you very much. Remember, like, subscribe, go visit us, send us an email. What are your top 3 bucket events? Send them to us. Thanks so much. Have a great night. Enjoy the weekend.